And we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo,
Lady
nice. Hello, everyone. Welcome to
My guys,
welcome to
gals, and non-binary pals.
Yep. And welcome to Children of Midnight. Itty bitty kitty committee. Thank you all for coming. And shit, what am I doing? Okay, we should get started. This is my life.
It is indeed.
Okay, so about the right of becoming, which you guys have earned enough XP and reputation in order to level up, do you think that's just something that happens to the Itty Bitty Committee, or is it something you make happen?
Like most things in the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee's life, it just happens to them.
Helen is currently a very reactive person. She's working on becoming more proactive, but she hasn't really seen the need for that in her life yet. I'm getting the feeling that the things that are happening in game are pushing her towards that. But yeah, she would be very, oh, and so that happened, kind of thing.
So how do you know? How do you discover that your patron has grown stronger?
We get stronger with the force.
I think it's
Wrong
kind
game.
of one of those situations where, like, I almost feel like this asshole cat just shows up in all of our dreams and just knocks over fucking everything. And is like, guys,
Her asshole cat. Specifically
Wait.
the asshole cat that she's constantly having to fight.
Claudia, is Aiden still around?
Asshole cat.
Wait. Is my real life cat around?
I don't know what we're talking about.
No, not your cat. Your nemesis.
My nemesis. Patches. I was like, Aiden.
Patches.
Yeah,
Patches. Thank you. I
Aiden's
couldn't
a
remember the
sweet,
name.
spoiled prince.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Aiden, but no, Patches.
Who the fuck is Aiden?
Aiden's my cat.
An actual
You might
physical
have
cat.
saw
with a
his
real
tail
name.
vibrating in the camera.
Okay. Wild.
I was like, Aiden is a sweet, spoiled prince. He is not an asshole.
Yeah. No, I was talking always about Patches, never about.
I didn't know Patches was our patron.
Mm.
Is Patches our patron?
He could be a
No.
messenger, or like like all cats would be like kind of. Like, our patron would have at least sway with most cats, I would think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Also, we haven't gone live on my phone.
Really?
We are
Oh,
on
Yeah,
mine.
maybe it's just my phone is bad.
It looks like we're live on the
Yeah, it looks like
Twitch.
we're live on mine.
Yeah.
We're just labeled as Night Sky Sanctum Session 20.
All right.
I see us live.
Yeah, mine says Night Sky Saint.
Jade just said hi.
Hello, so that's interesting.
Hey, look, there's
Oh, well.
Jade. Jade always says hi to us. Hi, Jade.
That's I am Jade.
Rowan also always says hi. Hi, Rowan.
Yeah, Rowan, who's not part of the stream. A separate entity.
Same with Jade. Okay. So, we should actually do shit fuck.
Yeah.
It's a night.
But yeah, the cat.
So I feel like you walk into the back room, where your coven meets in the gaming store, and everything's been knocked over. Like, you just walk in, everything's on the floor.
Sunshine.
What is
Somebody
up with
break in
this?
here?
Yeah, did we get robbed?
Robbed.
Shit, where are my dice?
I'm gonna look around and make sure nothing's like permanently broken or anything like that. Looking around, checking.
I think someone left a water glass on the table. That's
Oh, so there's water on the floor, or
yes.
markings of there having once been water on the floor.
But I think you look on the table, and you see sort of the vague ethereal outline of a glowing cat, no longer a kitten, now a young adult. and it meows at you and then vanishes.
I want to pet it.
Meow?
It's a cat.
Did we
What else?
did we all see it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we've been blessed today. This must be a
Oh.
good sign. It's an omen. We need to go buy a lottery ticket right now.
Or we could follow and see what the fuck.
Lottery
Meow!
ticket. Lottery ticket.
Ew.
Does Jane actually go and buy a lottery ticket?
This is New York, so I assume there's like a bodega somewhere.
Where you can buy a
So
lottery
I get everybody's shoulder. I'm like, okay, guys, I'll be back.
Alright.
If we do get robbed, call me. But if it's not a
That's
robbery, I'm going.
That's if Redacted doesn't sell lottery tickets at the game store.
That's a test.
Why
Oh.
would you sell lottery tickets at a game store?
Yeah,
Why
and
not?
like
Why did
where
they
I
do
live,
Keno
there's
in
like a lot of
restaurants?
laws for lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
let
going
me
to
find
proceed to clean
gambling.
the mess that has been made. Sweepity sweep. Sweepy sweep sweep.
Jan is gone for at least 10 minutes before she
Harry
comes back.
tries to go and figure out where the fuck the cat went. I guess.
I'm going to roll 46s, and if you get 6 on all of them, you've won the lottery.
Oh my god.
Let's
I was,
go.
I was gonna buy a scratch off, but okay, I'm doing the real lottery.
None of them were 6s.
Wow, we did so good already.
Yahtzee.
Get the bad rolls out the way on low consequence items.
Except
Yeah.
for, are we not rolling today?
Who knows? So okay,
Well, actually,
so what does
that
this mean?
Oh.
Now that we've become, what does that mean?
Are you asking this to comp out of character?
To comp
I'm
out of
gonna go
character
and
and
ask that.
also to,
Honestly.
because I don't think the three of us have any friggin' clue what that means.
Harry wants
So
answers.
comp will answer out of character. Mechanically, it means that whenever you roll a dice for the quality level of your coven, so like if someone broke in and you had security, which you don't yet, you should get that maybe. You would roll with the quality level of your coven, or if like experts, I think, roll with the quality level of your coven, or acquiring an asset. Like it's just how well connected you are generally.
Okay, all right. How in tune we are with the spiritual hoo-ha dilly-dilly.
Yeah, what sort of access you have both spiritually and materially.
Okay. Alrighty then. So I clean up the mess.
Harry went off to go look for the cat.
Harry looks for Cat, and Claudia goes buys a lottery ticket but does not win.
Yeah. But when Jen gets back, she'll help Helen
All right,
clean.
because everything has to have a place, or else I'll never find it again.
Oh god. The struggle.
It really oh.
Okay.
All right.
You just
So-
direct me then, because I don't know what your system is.
Is the cat somewhere, or
I'm not sure. Are you making any attempts to lure the cat out with items it enjoys?
yes?
Okay. Make me a consort roll.
And Harry is just like aggressively meowing at it.
Actually, you know what? I don't think this even needs a roll. I think you do it eventually. I think if you like wave a little like mouse or a little tidbit of cat food, it'll like poke
Oh,
a
no.
little glowing head out from under a table.
they reach into like the web of mycelium and pull out of the underworld like a little dead catnip that's not dead anymore, it's just spectral. So spectral catnip
For a
for the
spectral
spectral
cat. Perfection.
Yeah, and you see it pokes its head out and it's like, and it nuzzles its head against your hand,
How are you gonna explain
And-
yourself?
starts licking the catnip.
Are you gonna explain yourself?
It's a
Harry just like
cat.
picks it up, tosses it under one arm, and carries it downstairs with the catnip like underneath its chin.
Just football carry this cat downstairs.
Guys, I found the cat.
Oh my
Hello, patron.
god. Look at it. Jen immediately goes for scritches, ear scratches, chin scratches, butt pats,
And
everything.
it enjoys it for precisely 1 minute before it is done with your shit. And like,
Fair enough. Jane's met many cats to understand that feeling.
Jane has herself been a cat to also understand that feeling.
Yes.
Harry places the spectral plant on a on a cushion, and is like, "There you go."
and the
tells
cat starts like sort of rolling over in the spectral catnip.
Spectral cat's getting spectrally stoned.
So, what does our cat look like?
Good question. What does your cat look like?
The tortoiseshell one. It's like real floofy.
Oh,
It's got like a very round face.
I expect high floof level.
My
Extreme
floof
floof.
level. But is it what I imagine is like this is a patron, so it has to be like ethereal in one way or
Yeah, no,
another.
like it's all of those, but it's also like instead of being like normal cat colors and like substantial, it's like kind of translucent and it's like blues and purple and like galaxy colors instead.
Have you guys ever heard of the paragons? A paragon? It's the anthropomorphic personification of all that is considered this thing. Like the paragon of dogs would be the most dog that you had ever seen, right? So if this was a paragon of itty bitty kitties, this would be the most, if you, whatever you thought of as itty bitty kitty, this would be the most itty bitty kitty that you could think of.
Exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like takes all the kittiness and ramps it to 11.
Indeed.
But just cat. Pure, unadulterated cat.
Yes.
Nice.
The essence
Nice.
of cathood.
Cathood personified.
Yeah.
Shining example that all cats should aspire to be.
So I have this on my altar, which is right next to my computer. But I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh my gosh, cat.
It's a bossed kitty. So, Bust is also the anthropomorphic personification of all things cat, but a very particular cat. So this is just general cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we are going to transition into our session. The camera zooms in. This is probably like maybe a few days after you ascend your coven. And we zoom into the back room where we see Jane and Helen and Harry, and of all people,
Wait, I have a question.
oh boy, what?
Did we actually level up the coven, or did we just get distracted talking about cats?
No, we actually
No, we
did
actually
level
did.
up the coven.
Okay, cool. I was like,
Because that is a possibility with us. Let's be frank.
we're called the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee for a reason.
So we see Jane, we see Helen, we see Harry, all gathered around the table, and of all people, Richard Murtaugh McAllister. Yes, that's his name, I think.
No.
No?
No. The Murtaughs are the lesbian couple that runs the bookshop. That ran the
Oof.
bookshop. Where he,
Damn. No,
it's-
Richard Hobart McAllister.
Yeah, Hobart.
Yes, Hobart.
Like
Hobart.
homeowners association.
McAllister. No, Hobart Allister. No Mick.
Richard Hobart Allister, colloquially known as Dick, is also sitting at this table, looking somewhat disgruntled, leaning back in his seat. Does Harry have like a DM screen or something, or what's Harry's DM setup?
Harry, like around the Goblin's Den, Harry is known as a GM who just kind of like flies by the seat of their pants. But in fact, they're not. What they do is they hide their notes in their mycelium, like
In the other world, they hide their notes in the underworld.
notes in the underworld, and then they just
So they just reach into the underworld and pull it out like my.
they just like connect to the mycelium, and then they like doop a doop a doop. Okay, information gathered, and then go from there.
Okay, it's one way to do it.
They're very extra. Okay.
Truly, they are.
I mean, if I had underworld powers like that, you know for certain I would not be adhere to academic integrity. But okay, anyways.
GMing does not require academic integrity, okay?
As long as you
True.
can cite your sources, why does it matter?
You don't have to cite your sources in GMing.
There you go. So it doesn't matter.
Actually, like, create things if, like, you know.
But now I'm going to hand it off to the wonderful Ace, who will be running us an in-character game of Wanderhome.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Wanderhome, for those of you who are not inducted into society, is an indie TTRPG made by J Dragon and Possum Creek Games. It's a game designed not to focus on an adventure, but a journey, and players are encouraged to explore the places around the heath and their relationships with themselves and others. Oh god, I can't read. The heath is peopled by kith, animal folk and giant bugs, and small and forgotten gods. The gods are named so because the heath is a world torn by a great civil war and intent on not returning to it. During this war, the slobbering god went around devouring those gods that were large enough or well known enough to dare to try and stand against him, or to try and steal power from him. There is no one way to be a person in the heath. There are many who are content to live their lives in their towns and settlements and roadside stops, just as there are those whose feet itch in one way or another to travel. The game is fairly collaborative, where the relationship between guide and players is less well defined than it is in some other systems. That being said, I'm actually going to turn it over to the players and have them introduce their characters. So just like a general overview of like what they look like, and then anything that you'd like to share about like the way that they interact with the world, and then we'll ask questions left and right after that.
Sure, Harry. Who do you want to go first?
I don't care. It depends.
I
If someone has a
guess
preference.
I could go, I guess.
Cool. All right, Richard.
Great.
I'm playing a lion. His name's Leo. He's big.
Big boy. All right.
That's good, Richard.
Yeah, he's got a lot of rings, I guess. And a bag full of ledgers. Am I doing this right, Harry?
Yeah, you're doing very well. I'm proud of you. Harry
That's it.
gives him a cookie.
Oh, and he has a beetle. Ugh. He has a giant beetle that carries stuff around.
What's the beetle named?
I had to name the beetle.
Oh, you don't have to, but often it adds a nice little bit of flair. If you don't have a name for it, that's fine.
Its name is Beetle.
It's a good name. Anything else?
No.
Helen, do you want to go?
Sure. I'm playing Turble. Um, they're a rebellious little hedgehog. So barely come up to your ankle there, um, Leo. Um, he's very passionate and calculating but hopeful. Um, he carries around a satchel of small thank you gifts, and his shoes are very worn in because he likes to travel a lot. And if you give him the opportunity, he will. They will get very speechifying,
Yeah,
very speechifying if given the opportunity. So be warned.
good to know.
All right.
That leaves the lovely Jane.
Well, today I will be playing Sweet Pea. He is a orchidist. Um, her form is that of a hummingbird. Her feathers are like wild and ruffled. Like she definitely doesn't look like a delicate bird, some might say. She has a coat with many pockets, and the general demeanor is of a pretty confident gal. Has a big smile on her face, even though she looks a little bit rough around the edges.
Very cool.
Very nice. And then for our purposes, they'll ask left and right, like to the left of to the left of Richard is gonna be Jane, and to the right of Richard is gonna be
Helen.
Helen.
All right.
All right.
And so on and so forth.
Jane, what can you give me that I can't get anywhere else?
Sweet Pea can give Leo pretty flowers that he can't get anywhere else.
I don't sell pretty flowers. Why would I want those?
For aesthetic.
Aesthetic?
Flowers are useful for a good deal of things.
Yeah, for aesthetic is probably the main thing in terms of Sweet Pea's mind, but they can also do other things. Like there are flowers that have fruit on them, and there's flowers that have medicinal properties. Uh, isn't Leo a peddler?
Yeah.
So I'm sure you could find use in selling them.
Especially if
Like
they're rare.
yeah, especially like my extra ones. Like I'm like, oh, here, you can add this to your stock.
That's fair. Okay.
Do you have a question for Helen as well?
Yeah. How do I help you decompress when the days are long?
Well, I love small little fiddly bits. So I would say that when the days are long and I need to decompress, since you are a peddler and you have lots of wares, and that's like your bag, um, perhaps you let me tinker with your broken things to see if I can fix them.
Okay.
Aww. So then the left for Helen would be Leo. Dick. And then the right for Helen would be Jane.
All right. So who's next then?
You can go next.
I can go next? Okay.
Yep.
Um, let's see. I'm trying to remember our characters' names. So Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea.
Mhm.
What did you do that let me know that I could trust you?
Um, you had to go out to town one day and you had like your excess amount of satchel gifts and you asked me to watch them for you. And when you came back, they just had flower crown or flower ropes braided around them, but you had no doubt in your mind that I definitely didn't go through them or anything.
Cool. Okay. And Leo, um, when did you stop? No, not that one. How have my ideas inspired you? Because I am occasionally speechifying.
You make good speeches, and that gives me ideas for advertisements for my store.
Okay.
Very good.
Cool.
So then, Jane's right would be Ellen.
Okay. Leo's left.
Yes. I think that's how I'm
Okay.
doing it. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to trust you because I got lost the moment you
you
said right and left
Yeah,
first
to
time.
be honest.
I'm probably wrong, but we're going with it.
Okay, so right to Turbo would be
Mhm.
what do we share around the campfire each night?
Ooh. Um, we share body drinking songs. The kind that have like 5 choruses, like 27 different verses, and the chorus is designed to be sang very loud and probably slurred in some way or other.
Okay, can I add something to this?
Sure.
A lot of these songs um, are like they're screamo songs, and Sweet Pea is absolutely belting out the deep guttural groans and the screams, and she screeches like she's drunk when she's not drunk.
Wild.
Like, what do you do with a drunken sailor? Yeah, babe!
Yeah.
Mike just decided did not want to hear that at all.
Nice.
Ellen.
That's better for everybody.
Yeah,
just
probably.
fully disappeared. He's like, "Oh, okay.
But yes.
Sweet.
Okay. So we share a song. And to my left, so Leo, where did you ask me to plant a seed?
A seed of what?
Anything. Or, well, anything that is a seed that can be planted into dirt.
I asked you to grow an apple tree by a field so that when we pass by it again, we can have apples.
Nice.
Thinking long term. I like that.
Very nice." Okay. Then I'm going to introduce where we're going.
Excellent.
Cool. Your boat drifts from the sea into a deep blue lagoon on the power of the gentlest of winds. The sounds of children laughing and screaming with excitement are muffled by the cover of susurrating leaves on insulating trees. The lagoon is still, a stillness punctuated by the sounds of fishers casting their lines off the pier and the whispers of the cool seaside wind through the pages of momentarily unattended books. The lagoonside library and pier wouldn't be called a library by the conventional city slickers, but it is beautiful in its simplicity. a collection of cabanas that had been filled to bursting with sturdy bookshelves and protected from the wind and rain with sleeves of oiled canvas that are affixed to each shelf, stamped in large block letters with the subjects contained underneath the weatherproofing, and given an extra layer of protection in the form of a cheerful tamarin librarian whose eyes sharply monitor those with books under their limited time care. Every so often you see her scuttle over to a book they've judged as unattended for far too long, shake it out, and scuttle back to her shelves to place it back within its cozy and well wrapped home. What do y'all want to do?
So,
Very
wait,
cool.
Harry, how do we, like, win this game?
There's no winning. It's not about winning. The thing I was
And
saying
what's it
earlier,
about?
it not being an adventure but rather a journey. It's about exploring this place and seeing what it has to offer that you wouldn't notice unless you stopped and looked.
Cool.
What's the point?
The point is to get to know yourself and to get to know the people around you. To tell a story together.
So there's this great book called Level Up Your RPG, and explains that winning in an RPG is having fun. And as long as you are having fun, you're winning. As long as you're learning something new, as long as you're pushing yourself. It's a great book. I highly recommend it.
Thank you, Helen.
No problem. Sorry. Thank you for flying tangential air. We return you to your regularly scheduled game session.
We must
Cool.
have 1,000 miles with that airline.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can fly.
Yeah, our frequent flyer miles are through the roof.
Yeah, VIP.
We get the
First
nice
class,
treatment when
baby.
we're on there. What does Richard think of this conversation?
Richard is thoroughly confused, but he's gonna step back and maybe see what the other two do for a second before he.
Cool. So the boat pulls into the pier, and the deck hands tie it up to one of the cleats, and tall stork fisherman waves at you. Hi, I'm Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
What's fun to do around here?
Well, I you're not gonna believe it, but I do in fact love that fishing more than pretty much anything in the entire world.
Wow.
It's just much like the rest of life. You just if you sit and are patient and really just throw some good out into the world, eventually you'll get some good back.
Right,
Very
is this
cool.
Sunday school or?
No, that's some very interesting genetic programming you have there, sir.
Huh?
Yeah, that's cool.
Genetic programming?
You're a kingfisher and you love fishing.
I'm
That's
a
just
stork.
yeah. That's just I think it's
I
funny.
don't,
Sorry.
I don't think I understand.
Forgot that Turbo's
saying?
also a scientist like Helen.
Helen doesn't know how to play not a scientist. Okay.
Helen doesn't know how to not be a scientist. It's accurate.
Helen's trying really hard.
Helen is trying really hard, and Harry is proud of Helen.
And
Helen, are
is
you
saying the same
stereotyping the
character.
stork?
Yeah, are you stereotyping the stork? You don't know
yeah,
what this dude's into.
I know.
And
Fishing, apparently.
Fishing, apparently.
But like, he might have other things. You haven't talked to him about anything except for you just suddenly decided that
Well,
he's
I'm
following
like
his genetic programming.
it's very fascinating that is very rude of me. I'm going to apologize to the stork dude and offer him a small gift of red wigglers. They're good worms for fishing when you put them on a hook.
Oh, thanks. I've been looking for these for years. Where'd you get them?
If you bury them under leaves, they multiply. Like dead
Wow.
leaves, they love dead leaves. Yeah, so have that.
Oh, incredible. Thanks.
No problem.
And he packs them away in his little tackle box. So yeah.
So, Storkfisher guy,
Terry.
what can I do for you?
You don't have to do anything. Like,
Well, it says on my sheet, I can always ask, what can I do for you? Like, does that do anything? Like, is it a game thing?
yeah, it is a game thing, but like, you don't always have to be doing something. Sometimes you can just sit down by the water and listen to the waves lap against the pier.
You're very
What's kind of
relaxed,
that?
dude.
Chilling.
Terry is one chill dude.
Out of
Hey.
character, I'm so sorry. Richard is just going to be a dick.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
no.
I'm
Okay,
really sorry.
we're
I
under
created
the
this
impression
character
that Richard is
directly to
going to
mess with Richard.
Yeah. He's going to have to be drugged kicking and screaming into this particular game type of
like
thing.
literally, Terry is designed to be the chillest and most poetic and like abstract person imaginable. And
Which would be
literally just
nice.
sits around fishing all day, having fun, not being a worthwhile member of society. Because what's the point in that? People were worthwhile members of society, and then there was a war that overtook the entire world, and what's the point in any of it anymore?
How nihilist of him.
It's less that and more why waste your time working towards things that will not last when instead you could just chill and enjoy your life.
As
I
long as
feel
he's
like
finding
Terry's
enjoyment.
now. It's no longer Ace talking. Terry's been monologuing.
Terry's just been like telling this like really chill story about like how the fish like one day he got like 2 red snappers and then like 3 days later he didn't get any, but he did get like 2 deep sea bass, and he was really weirded out by that because deep sea bass have no place in a lagoon, and he was just going off about this. It was like a huge thing.
So Turble's gonna like, keep looking at him while he's talking and stuff, but also kind of not too obviously scoot sideways on their way down the pier towards the library. Like, I'm not leaving the conversation or being rude or anything. I'm just positioning myself so that once the conversation's over, I can exit stage left.
Yeah, and then Terry's actually gonna turn to you, Turble, and go, "Hey,
Yeah.
thank you for your gift. Do you want to talk about it?"
Talk about the gift?
Yeah, these red wigglers.
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
Like, where'd you get them?
Oh, they're one of the things that I randomly pick stuff up. I think other people might find interesting. And you never
Do
know
you
when
ever
you're going to need something.
pick things up because you think they're interesting?
Sometimes.
What sort
But
of things are those?
um shiny things. Um I get a lot of stuff stuck in my quills because I'm a hedgehog. So occasionally I'll find something stuck in my quills that's cool. Like once I found this weird like metal thing that was kind of shaped like this. I was told it was a pop top for like a soda can. I don't know what that is, but apparently it got stuck on my quills and so I wore it like a hat for a while and that was kind of fun.
Cool. Well, there's there's the library side of the library and pier if you want to go there, but you can also just chill with me for a while if you want.
I kind of want to check out the library because I think books are cool too, as long as I don't poke the pages too much. So I'm going to give it a try.
Say hi to Cherry for me.
I will.
Cherie.
Cherie?
Cherie.
Cherie. All right.
And
VP
then
will exit with with Turbo.
Terry's just gonna sit down and be fishing and be like, I never did catch your name, sir.
Which
Pointing at
Me?
Leo. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh. Hi. I'm Leo. It's nice to meet you. And he gives a very firm handshake. Because, firm handshakes are the beginning of every good, important business discussion. You have to give a firm handshake.
Yeah. Terry gives it's a firm handshake, but it's not a very defined handshake.
There's a little bit of wiggle in the
No,
ends.
sir. You have to do it like this. And he takes his hand and
Well,
shows
he's
him
a
how to do a
bird,
good
so it's like
handshake.
it's a wing or is it a claw?
Terry just kind of goes with it. Terry's fine with this.
Yeah, that's a good handshake, Terry. Good work. Now go make something of yourself.
You wanna fish with me for a bit? And,
No, I have stuff to sell.
what sort of things?
Bye.
Oh.
Hey, you don't know. He might have been convinced to become a customer.
What sort of things do you like to sell, Leo?
Fine. Hey.
By the way, Turbo
Barry,
laughed in character.
Barry, I got a deal for you.
Terry.
Terry.
What kind of deal is that?
Do you want some flowers?
What kind of flowers?
Flowers? And the one Sweet Pea gave me? Or was it Turple?
No,
Rare
Sweet Pea.
flowers. Nice. It was
Sweet
sweet.
Pea.
You may or may not notice this, but coming up behind Terry, you notice somebody swimming in the water. You see eyes floating above the surface of the water, and 2 seconds later, a big old grin opens up behind Terry, and a loud laugh barks out.
Terry, look out!
Terry, how you doing, man?
It's a gator! Run for your lives!
And Terry, turns around, real chill like, and hey, Basil, how you doing?
I'm assuming it's a gator?
Yeah, crocodile.
A crocodile. All right.
Yeah.
I have the right to be momentarily afraid because crocodiles eat hedgehogs when not given the
Not
opportunity.
in the heat.
Not in the heath? Okay.
Not usually, no.
See, that's the thing I gotta figure out. Like, who's predator and prey? There isn't any here.
They don't really do that because
Most people are
everybody
vegetarian.
people, yeah. So they mostly eat, like, plants, fish.
But wouldn't the fish be alive too?
There's fish-headed demons, but that's something else. But yeah, for the most part, fish and plants
Hey,
are.
whoa. I don't want to be involved in this if this is some sort of satanic.
Yeah, no. I don't think that we're gonna be running into any demons today.
We're not running into any demons today. It's just a
leftover
little-
from the Civil War, maybe?
Yeah, pretty much. They live in the deep, deep sea, and you don't see them unless you kind of want to.
Unless you want to. And
yeah.
who really wants to?
Yeah, they don't tend to come up. Like, in Wanderhome games, you only deal with the sorts of things that you want to deal with. And any subjects or anything that you don't want to have to interact with, you don't have to interact with. Because anything that's going to make you uncomfortable makes the story less enjoyable. So, yeah. Instead,
can
we
get
just
behind that.
focus on making a story that we can all enjoy.
So we've arrived at the dock, and we've met this interesting guy who's
Yes.
now chatting with his crocodile friend.
Yes.
All right. So since they seem to be preoccupied, I'm gonna be, hey, Sweet Pea, Leo, let's go see what new stories we can find out.
Okay,
Yep.
bye, Terry. It was nice
Hi,
meeting
Terry. Nice
you.
meeting you.
Harry just waves at y'all languidly, and then sits down on the pier and talks to Basil.
Interesting dude.
Yep.
So Leo, you're actual lion sized, right?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
also, it's less so like that everything is strictly the sizes that they are, and more of like anthropomorphic animals.
Okay, so it's not like I have to walk 20 miles for every one of his steps kind of thing.
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. It's more of like, you're a small-ish person if you want to be a small-ish person. But if you want to be a big-ish hedgehog, you can make that work too. Cuz like it doesn't.
I would like to think that I come up to maybe like elbow height on Leo, not like ankle height. Because otherwise
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know how I'd keep up.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So it's more of like the variation with the human sizes as opposed to like the variations in animal sizes.
Okay, so
But your
Helen
animal,
size like compared to a basketball player.
yeah,
Yeah,
ish.
Helen. Okay, that makes sense.
I think Sweet Pea would probably be like a little bit below shoulder height of Leo's character.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm your small annoying friend, Leo. Congratulations.
Um, is somebody looking at the stream? It's just loading on mine endlessly, and I don't know.
Yeah, it looks fine.
It looks to be going for mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
it looks
cool.
all right over here.
It's probably just that there's too much going on my internet.
Yeah, I had it minimized because I had my character sheet up, but yeah.
That's extremely fair. I just was double checking to make sure that it wasn't gonna be a problem. Coolio. So y'all continue to the end of the pier, and then there's like kind of sandy-ish area.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that kind of half sand, half grass area that you get around a lot of lagoons. And then there's like trees and like it's not it's not the kind of like thickly wooded that's like menacing. It's the kind of thickly wooded that like makes a place feel like safe and comfortable and like kind of hidden away from the world.
A good spot to chill.
Yeah,
Like,
it's meant to be a real chill spot. Like
all
people will
right.
go to the seaside with like their whole family, like their whole extended family, and then like half
Like the people who go up to
the
Cape
adults
Cod.
will go off. Yeah, so then like some of the adults will go off and like hang out with the kids or whatever, and then some people come and hang out where there's less kids and stuff, where they can just like hang out and fish and
All right.
read
Cool.
books and tell each other stories and stuff
All right.
So
Well,
I'm going to set up my shop in the middle so I can make money.
in the middle of the library.
Well, I thought we were outside in the square.
yeah. You had just
'Cause
like there's a sandy beach and there's lots of trees and we're just at the end of the pier, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying, like this is also like it's like so this whole area is kind of like instead of it being like a town or whatever, it's literally just like instead of it being called a town, it's called the Lagoon Side Library and Pier. because that's all it is that's here.
Is just a library and a pier.
Yeah. And like there's a boardwalk over by the beach where there's like a lot more going on. But like
All right.
this is more of just like a place of calm and reflection and
Yeah, I'll set up my store on the boardwalk then.
Do you want to check out the library first? See if they've got anything for you? Like any
Yeah.
books
Kind
on
of like
marketing?
There's a bookshop. There's a sign. It used to be like a drink shop or whatever when these were just like cabanas around the lagoon. But it has since been like you know when you paint over something with like primer, but the original paint still kind of sticks through. So there's that kind of vibe going on, and it says like Lagoon Side Tiki Hut or something like that. And then it's like whited out with
You see a
like
lot of stuff like that
primer,
at
and then
Seaside.
painted on top of that is Vespers Books and Book Repairs. So yeah,
Ooh, that
there's
could be
also
cool.
that.
I want to check out the library, and you want to go to the boardwalk, right?
yeah.
I don't actually have the boardwalk planned out at all, but we can try. Um,
Pants it.
God, that's a mood.
I shouldn't have mentioned it, but at the same time, like, I was trying.
You should know as a GM, if you mention it, it's going to be brought up.
I was trying to chill. Leo, won't
Leo,
chill.
we're on vacation. You don't have to sell anything when we're on vacation.
Yeah, you can just chill. It's fine.
I'm a peddler. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
But
There-
peddlers also need breaks because no person can just live their entire life
This peddler doesn't need a break.
only doing work. This is not the fucking grind.
Okay, Richard. Here. How about, so Helen's character Turbo wants to go see the library. So how about my character Sweet Pea get Leo and Sweet Pea a nice cup of cider, and we just accompany Turbo to the library. That way we're still like doing something, but like our characters have something to occupy themselves. The cider.
Okay. Sure.
So
I love the
To be-
enthusiasm,
to be
Richard.
clear, there's not actually a drink stand anymore. It is now a bookshop and book repair
Oh.
shop.
No, my character, like one of the things they can do is offer someone cider.
Okay.
So
So
I
they
had-
they pull cider out of, I'm assuming, Leo's
Yeah,
cart.
I have many pockets in my coat.
Okay, cool. So you're pulling cider out of one of your pockets.
Mhm.
Cool. Okay, that works. That's
Body
fine.
Well, maybe
temperature.
you have like a cider flask.
Body temperature cider.
Body temperature cider.
Hey,
I'm sorry,
hummingbirds have a higher than regular
Jane,
body temperature
Jane,
because of their.
Jane. Body temperature cider.
Yes,
It's pretty warm. Yeah, hummingbird.
from my
Is
many
it?
pockets. But I keep this one extra close. It's like the pocket, like when that's on the inside for your wallet and stuff. So this one's extra close to my heart.
So it's
Wink.
extra warm.
It's
Hummingbirds have a
heartwarm
really
cider?
high metabolism, so it's going to be actually
That's
hot
so
cider
sweet.
compared to us.
And the
So,
little glass cups are shaped. They're glass that's formed into a heart.
That's so cute.
you've been keeping this in your coat. I'm sure that's very sanitary.
I mean, it's in glass, so, and it has a little cork, to make sure no fuzzies get inside.
We are animals after
It's not
all.
a shot,
We can
but
handle this.
Wait. Is the heat of it being next to your chest fermented? Is that what makes it into like? Is it a hard cider?
I think the one closest to the to the chest turns into a hard cider. So that
Incredible.
Leo got the hard cider one.
Incredible. Okay,
This is
cool.
pretty good, Sweet Pea. Should
Well,
set
I'm
up
glad
your
you.
own brewery.
Maybe, and then maybe you could help me sell things. Because I am not too good with that, but it seems like you are.
I am.
Very cool. All right. I am to the library by now, yes?
Yes. So now you will meet the librarian, who is Cherie Eloquence.
Cherie.
Um,
Ooh.
Cherie Eloquence is a Tamarin. And they
That's a
kind of oh yeah, they have a very like nervous energy about them, but uh she's like standing behind this desk and kind of like almost vibrating, but like looking back and forth at everybody like with the books. Anybody who has a book in their hands,
very
Cherie
protective
is
of the
just like
books.
watching them
Gotcha.
and is like, is something gonna happen? Is something gonna happen? Oh no, my books.
Ma'am, are you okay? Are you feeling okay? You're sort of vibrating a little. I'm not sure that's healthy.
That was very kind of you, Leo.
These books, they're everything to me. I love them so much, and I've done everything in my life to collect them, and I gather
Hey,
more from traders.
I think there's a fisherman outside you need to talk to.
Yeah, he
Oh,
might
Terry?
be able to teach you how to calm down a little bit there, honey.
Oh, Terry and I talk all the time. Terry's great.
Okay.
And it hasn't rubbed off on you at all?
Terry, Terry, Terry sees the world in one way, and I see the world in a different way, and we can still be friends.
Well, this is true. We're obviously very different, and we're still friends, so that makes sense. Milady, I have come to ask you a question.
Milady?
Do you
Ooh,
have
milady.
any books of revolution?
Revolution.
Yeah.
I have some books of history and some philosophy books. Here, follow me. And she leads you over to a bookshelf, and in big block letters on waxed canvas, there is there it says history on this one, and
Okay.
she opens it up and she pulls out a book or two, and she goes, okay, these ones cover the war,
I'm not
but
interested in the war.
it's very
Do
it's
you have
very
anything
okay.
like
If you
since the
don't
war?
want to know about oh yes. And actually she runs across the she runs she quickly puts them back. She closes up the canvas. She ties it back up and everything, and then she she runs as quick as she can across the beach by the lagoon
Yeah.
to the bookshop, and she's like and you hear her like practically yelling. She goes, storm, somebody's looking for books of history after the revolution, can you imagine?
Like things have happened since the war, right?
And
So
oh,
surely there are books about it.
a good number of things, yes. And storm just kind of like storm is like they're a golden owl,
Okay.
and so they do like a half-beaked smile where they look at Cherie, and they're like, Cherie, darling, didn't we talk about coffee and how you're not going to be drinking that anymore? Cherie goes, but it tastes so good, and it just makes my brain work, and everything goes nice and fast, and it's so excellent. Um, and then
Helen's laughing
Storm
because
is
you've
just
had
like,
this conversation
say,
with her.
yeah, yeah. And Cherie is definitely not based on anybody that Harry knows. It's very silly.
I'm trying not to take. Harry, I'm trying not to take this personally now.
Oh,
I haven't had caffeine in like 3 days.
Yeah, drink some water. I'm proud of you.
Water
Um,
bottle.
Wow, I'm very proud of you. Good job. So then Storm pulls a couple of books off of their shelves and hands them to Cherie, who then dashes across the lagoon again towards Turble and is like, "Oh my god, here you go. Also, I have philosophy books. Did you want philosophy books?"
Thank you. I would certainly like to look at them.
Cool. So they run over to another cabana where the fiction books are, or I guess fiction. It's more floofy than that, but whatever.
The personal development books.
The organizational system in this library is particular.
Questionable. Perhaps we will call it questionable.
It's particular.
Okay.
So I actually, so Cherie starts running towards a different cabana to like go open up another oilcloth bookcase,
Uh-huh.
and then stops, like stands still in their tracks for a second, and then they go back behind their desk, and they grab out another oiled canvas, and they bring it over to Turble, and they hand it to him, and they go, if you want to sit on this with the books, uh, just lay it out somewhere. That might be a good idea because I think I'm gonna get you a lot of books.
I think I have more than I can read today. So we're just going to stick with these for right now. And then if I need more, I'll ask.
Okay, yeah. I have so many things that I can tell you about these books. I've been reading them for years and years and years, and I keep collecting new ones every day. And actually, I don't know that I've read those ones because Storm hasn't let me borrow them yet, which is very rude. But we'll get around to it eventually. And they say I have to stop drinking coffee before they'll let me see them, which and they just pout. Uh,
Well, you know what?
So,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, you can go ahead. Sorry.
So I was going to ignore the societal norm. So I'm ignoring the societal norm of not being crazy jittery person, and I'm treating her like this is totally normal and legit and not in any way weird. Because it shouldn't be. And I'm going to sit down with these books and flip through them. Is there any that look like these are histories since the Civil War, right?
yeah, so these are going to be like oral histories that Storm has taken down from what people have told them.
Okay.
And then some of them will be um oral histories that other people took down that um Storm has bought
Okay.
from other
So,
from like peddlers coming through and stuff like that.
okay, so there's bound to be some kind of oral history of trade routes and things like that because trade
Oh
routes
yeah,
are
no.
usually really friggin' important when, in historical
So
context.
trade routes, um so you had asked about just like
History?
histories.
Yeah.
So not all of these books are going to be um
Well,
in
I'm just.
any way useful to you at all. Like they're gonna be some stuff about like fucking farmers' almanacs, and
Ooh,
like
those are
there's gonna
fun.
be
All right. So I'm looking for a
but like
farmer's
it's
almanac
just
looking
like
book to hand to Sweet Pea. And I'm looking for something that might talk about trade routes or things like that to hand to Leo.
yeah, there would be stuff like that definitely.
Okay. So farmer's almanac to you, Sweet Pea, and um oh, trade amongst differing civilizations for you here, Leo. And I will be reading the this one seems to be about workers' rights. Cool.
Yeah, there would also just be like books about like how communities have been bouncing back since the war, and like how people have been building new philosophies since then, although the actual philosophies themselves would be written about in different books.
Yeah.
And like just like about how this world is building a society that can afford a lot more like self-care and such than the world could afford before the war
Yeah.
and before everything went fully to shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, Sweet Pea, how's your day going?
Oh, woke up and planted some seeds as per usual.
You wanna... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and then we headed over here all together.
You wanna come make an offering forgotten gods with me?
I don't know what that is, but
You want-
sure.
You want to look for small and forgotten gods?
Well, like the forgotten gods, like, I don't know, little Jesuses that live here.
There's
Jesus.
there is a small and forgotten god of this place. There is Dev, the late night summer wind flipping through the pages of an old book.
Elliot, come on, let's go pour one out for Dev.
Hey, I got one more
They
that
are
was
all
really close.
deserving.
I don't have any. Okay, I'm ready.
I feel like this is around the table. Jane holds up her drink. So I
Yeah.
guess Leo goes outside. I hope Summer Winds like booze, and he pours out a thing and he pours it onto the ground.
And
Harry, do I get a token?
yeah, and actually, beyond a token, you hear a voice. At first, it just sounds um, like when you're sitting in a library and everybody's studying during like finals or whatever. It sounds like that, where it's just like, the sound of pages moving, and sometimes like whispered conversations to clarify and like share knowledge and stuff. And it starts out like that. And then it clarifies into a voice. That was some very good booze.
You have good taste.
You do too.
Thank you. I didn't know the spirit of the summer wind was such a connoisseur.
Summer wind is all about sitting and enjoying that time with your friends. And just those moments where you can just exist. And those are the moments made for connoisseurs.
Helen is actually
What's
doing this
wrong
at the
with-
table.
Harry's like, "Yes, Helen?"
It makes me feel fine blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
What?
Summer breeze. It makes me feel fine blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
Is this some musical theater reference?
It's a song. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Sung by Typo Negative.
Very nice.
I'm not familiar with the song, otherwise I would have sung along.
I also am not familiar with the song. I'm very sorry.
Oh.
Me neither.
A wasted joke.
Oh,
us.
a
Yeah.
wasted song reference joke.
Somebody will watch this stream eventually, and they will love your joke, and that is all that matters. Cool. So Leo has a token. Cool. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Leo? Leo,
Yeah,
do you want
well,
to talk about with Dev anything? Sorry.
so, Deb, you're a connoisseur, right? Where do you find the best liquor around here?
Best liquor? Um. Well, you do have to deal with screaming children if you go anywhere near the beach.
Oh God, no.
There's like a place down the end of the boardwalk, but like it's literally at the other end of the boardwalk, and like then you have to listen to the sound of children, and it's just it just really harshes my vibe. But
Yeah, no.
besides that, I don't know, maybe like Basil might have some. They like to keep some cold in the lagoon. There's like a hollow down under the water where it keeps them kind of chilled.
I'm not drinking lagoon liquor. Thank you, though.
No. So it's like fully wax sealed. Kind of like how the smugglers used to store theirs. Basil read it in one of Cherie's books one time and was just like fully enamored with the idea, and tried it, and then like literally the alcohol is so good. It's so good when you store it like that, because then it like gets the taste of the cork, but not in like a gross way. Somehow it manages to do it in the most magical way, and it's just like, how does this taste like a campfire? But it does. It works so well.
Like oak aged.
Like, yeah, like a really good like Japanese whiskey or something. Yeah, it's good shit.
Okay, I'll go check it out, I guess. And out of character, I feel like Sweet Pea should have some time in the sun.
I'm
So
gonna okay. In game characters,
there's Storm, the owl who runs the bookshop. There's Basil, who it's unclear what they do.
swim in the lagoon.
They use any pronouns. So they're the crocodile who lives in the lagoon and just kind of vibes. Then there's Terry, who is Basil's best friend, and who also vibes, but is a fisherman. And then there's Cherie, who most definitely does not vibe, but is like that neurodivergent kid who just kind of like is real amped, but gets along really well with all of the introverts. So they're, yeah.
I feel that. Having once been an introvert.
One thing I would like to say is, as Claudia, I've been working to get a not super exaggerated southern accent, but I just can't make it poop out of me right now. So that's why I haven't really been talking.
You're trying to keep your southern accent from happening?
No, I'm trying to do one that's not super exaggerated, like God damn, I'm talking all southern like this, but this ain't what Sweet Pea sound like. I can tell you that right now.
You just
like
gotta draw.
That slightly southern accent that just kind of like it just hits some of the vowels every once in a while, but like not always.
Yes, but it's not feeling. It's not. I'm not
Well,
feeling
you
it.
don't have to. We'll just imagine Sweet Pea
have
has a
to
very
do-
slight southern
Okay.
drawl.
So Jane says, okay, Harry, Rowan, no, not Rowan, Harry, Helen, Richard, Sweet Pea, has a slight southern accent. So I just want you guys in your in your brains imagine that.
Yeah. Lit.
Because that's how she sounds when she talks, like the actual familiar.
Uh-huh. So I'm pretty sure that Richard does not know that you guys are in fact playing your familiars.
Yeah,
Because
no.
I don't think Richard knows that you guys have familiars.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why I'm not doing it in my familiar's accent, also because I think they would be angry at me if I did that. So,
Uh-huh.
because I wouldn't be able to do it right, and then they'd get all offended.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
Turble does seem like a bit of an uppity little buddy.
yeah.
I think that's the European that you're hearing.
We love him dearly though. Um
Um,
Yeah.
but outside of that, that's pretty much the main reason I haven't been talking much.
Mhm.
But I'm happy to, stick with the party. It just goes against my grain to split the party.
It's okay. So again, this whole area is not very large. No matter where you go, you're always going to be in the sight of your friends.
Less than a football
Like
field.
if you go down to the end of the pier to go talk to Basil and Terry, you're not going to be like so far that you even won't be able to hear your friends. Everybody's really close to each other because it's just like a little closed in enclave so that you don't have to deal with loud screaming children.
Mm. Um, okay, well, in that case, I would like to see if, um, so Basil lives in the lagoon, and I wonder if they can give me some, like, show me to some plants I can harvest, or maybe has like some seeds.
Oh yeah, they'd definitely be able to do that. So they're still talking animatedly with Terry down at the end of the pier. If you don't want to deal with Terry again, that's fine. I made
Well,
an aggressively chill human here. Well, not human. Aggressively chill stork.
that doesn't bother me.
Cool, 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 cool.
That's Richard's foil, not Jane's.
Cool. Yeah, I was thinking it would be, but I just wanted to like make it clear that like if you don't want to interact with a person, we don't have to keep doing it. We can go and like you can wave over Basil instead.
Well, I'm hoping that Basil can swim me around the lagoon.
That could be fun.
Yeah, it'd probably work. Or like just lead you to where it is because like the way I'm seeing it in my mind's eye,
Mhm.
there's like a path that goes all the way around the lagoon. And then there's some places where like the path comes right up to the water. And then there's some places where it's like a little further back. But like it's one of those places where like, you know, you can go for a nice little quiet walk where you just like hear the bugs chirping and such. But yeah.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, CP is gonna,
Sorry,
make sure everybody's
for y'all
make
so
sure.
you can see what this was.
Huh?
I should have drawn a map for y'all so you could see what it looked like.
Well, you know, with exposition we can imagine it. Um, Sweet Pea's gonna make sure everybody's doing their things. Everybody's, fine, and then head back over to the pier to flag over Basil.
Okay, Basil comes on over. Oh hey there, how you what you What you up to?
Oh, nothing much, but I kind of noticed you live around in this lagoon, right?
Yeah, like I have a little lean-to over on the other side, and then I stay in. But yeah, spend most of my time here out on the water.
So, I'm a little bit of a horticulturalist.
Horticulturalist.
Yeah, but she said it exactly how I just said it. Um, and badly. Uh,
Cookie.
um, and we're not from around here, me and my friends over there. And I was
Oh,
wondering if you could maybe show me like the local fauna. I, love planning stuff, and I would love to at least like catch some pictures in my notebook if possible.
no, yeah,
That was
definitely.
local.
You want to see my favorites?
Yeah.
Cool. And they kind of crawl out of the water, and they grab your hand, and then like start not really dragging you, and not really like even like putting any pressure on you at all, but just like starting walking and being like, and then just like pointing at at all their favorite plants, and like telling about like um oh, this one, like if you crush the leaves and rub the sap on your skin, it helps like it helps you not get mosquito bites. And like this one, if you eat a bad mushroom, then you want to chew up some of this, and then it'll make you throw it up. And and then this one, blah blah blah, and just like going through the down the list of, oh, and this one helps with headaches. And
Ooh.
This
yeah.
whole time, like every now and then, Sweet Pea will like take her hand out, and she's like, notes, sketch, 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 and she's a bird, so yeah, she's
Like
just like littering
basil,
all over the place.
and basil will wait as long as you want at any of these plants.
Well, she's naturally just moving like this.
Cool, that's very fair.
If anything, she kind of forgets that Basil is there, and since they're like accommodating her, she kind of doesn't really. She's like when she looks over, she's like, "Oh yes, yeah, like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's go."
And Basil just hangs out like whistling a happy tune, or just like hanging out and making sure you're doing okay and that you're enjoying your time here, but is like also kind of hanging back and enjoying their time, just like looking at the water or whatever.
Nice. The last thing I would really do was like for the ones that I see that maybe I see some like frail looking plants or whatever. Sweet Pea's going to use her green thumb to either like if they need pruning, she'll like pick out the weeds, or like if she'll find like a little stick to like prop them up if they look like they're too weak to stand up by themselves.
Getting
So she's
droopy.
kind of working on the little stragglers she sees. And
Yeah, it's not like a cultivated garden kind of thing, but like in the woods, you'll end up with plants falling over or whatever, and like
Yeah,
there will be plants like that, and that's fine. And like basil will might make like a face at you the first time, or like not a real face, just like a, oh, like usually I do that because like putting things in danger of collapse is one of those things that I do. But like it's not, yeah, it's like a discerning face kind of. And then after a while, they turn it at, and they turn to you and they ask, "What are your feelings about these plants?" Like,
oh, well, me, um, I just love plants. I I like tending to them. Plants never judge me, and it's something I can just take care of and see the results of my care. So I got a little bit of a soft spot for the underdogs when I see these little stragglers. And she points at one that she had recently tied a stick to stand it up.
It's beautiful. It's good to have people like you in the world.
Oh, thanks. It seems like you're doing the same thing too, Basil. So I appreciate it. Like from one caregiver to another. That's a feathery fist for a fist bump.
We gotta do what we can to keep this world as good as we can. Cultivate it for future generations.
Exactly. But like past that, like I assume they're like you said it's like kind of like a circuit, right?
Yeah, it's a circuit, but it's kind of a meandering circuit.
Yeah. Uh, just like outside of her natural kind of vibrating, being a hummingbird and all that, she's moving so fast, but they're actually not going fast on
Yeah,
this
it's like
on the
that
trail.
thing that hummingbirds do where they like zip back and forth between two things for no good reason, besides the fact that they just like moving because it
Yeah,
keeps their heart beating or something. Um
and seeing like they see things different too because they're so. But anyways,
yeah.
uh, when they do get to the end of the circuit, VP wants to like thank Basil. It's like, thank you. I appreciate you showing me around. I'm just a stranger, so I always appreciate
I
a little bit
appreciate
of kindness.
sitting and looking and listening to me talk.
And
It's
there you
always nice
go.
to feel like the expert, you know?
Yeah. Well, you definitely helped me out for sure. No lie. But I think I'm going to see what my buddies are getting up to. Make sure they're not you know, trying to sell the town or own every book in the library, anything like that.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm just joking, but just in case.
I don't know. I was thinking some of how Leo and Terrible were talking, and
Mm.
I guess, but we'll see.
Yeah. It's jokes. It's jokes. Maybe. And Sweet Pea goes after like waving goodbye, like as she's walking back.
Yeah. Basil will just kind of like smile and laugh a little bit, and then just like slide back into the water. And you see him like blowing some water up into the sky and just like laying on his back while he just floats.
Nice. Well, that's what Sweet Pea's doing. She's heading back to where you guys and she's checking in. See what you guys are
I
doing.
think that Leo is wandering about the back part of the library. There's not a lot of people here. And he's going through the shelves and he finds a book. Um, and he opens it up and it looks really old and dusty, like it hasn't been touched in years. Um, and it's called Butterfly Patterns, but instead of having like words on butterfly patterns, it's just all on silk and it's just the drawings of the patterns.
That's got to be really pretty.
That's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get a token for that?
Yeah. I'm tracking tokens just for Leo. It happens, you know? Some
Yeah.
people really care about
Token,
that.
you gotta collect them all.
Yeah, Pokemon
Sure.
style.
Uh-huh. It's very necessary. Uh-huh. But yeah.
Okay.
Does um does Leo learn anything from this or just sit and look at the beautiful patterns?
It's a nice book. Looks like butterflies.
Does Leo have a particular connection to butterflies?
They look
Like a
nice.
childhood memory of like watching butterflies with somebody that they love or something? Just wondering.
I haven't thought this deep into my character, Harry.
Oh, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, sometimes asking questions like that will allow you to get a deeper understanding because, like, the answer that comes quickest
Yeah,
is what.
his childhood best friend was killed by a butterfly. It was
so,
It was one of those
Oh, no.
giant bus-sized butterflies.
Richard's an edgelord.
So it's hard for Leo to find the beauty in something so horrific. That's kind of cool, Richard.
wait.
Are Richard's parents also get murdered by the butterflies?
Yes, his entire village was murdered by the butterflies.
Richard, I need to clarify. Richard. If this is potentially triggering, why would Leo have opened this book?
He didn't know what it was.
It said patterns of
And
butterflies.
he throws down the book and retreats from it tearfully, where the flashbacks of war going in his mind.
Oh man.
God.
Yeah, so a book hitting the ground in the library. Cherie gasps
And appears out of nowhere.
and rushes over to the book.
Out of character, oh my wamu shindo.
What?
And Richard's like, Nani!
I get
Ace,
what you're
you've
saying.
got to know that meme.
Yeah.
That's required internet reading material.
Omae wa mo shinderu.
Nani?
It-
Okay.
It's a nerd meme. It's just for nerds.
So
Yeah.
there's like a hero, and then the other guy like teleports around him.
I don't know if I'm not understanding or if Harry's not understanding, but somebody here isn't.
Well, it was out of character, so it's you.
Alright then.
Don't expose me like that. Gosh, Tom.
Yeah, people are going to think Ace isn't a nerd. It's like, what are they doing here then?
Your nerd cred, Ace. It's fallen through the pits.
Okay, for the record, I did in fact live under a rock before anybody comments it. That was my life. It was terrible. Please
It's not
leave
that
me
way
alone.
anymore.
I'm not a turtle. I'm a human being. With
Why
human
we're
What?
While we're out of character, real quick, what kind of animal is Sherry? I forgot.
Cherie is a tamarin. It's a kind of monkey.
Oh, okay, she's the monkey. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I think it's a monkey with like big eyes, but I don't remember.
I googled
properly.
it. They have like fluffy faces and mustaches.
Yes. Yes. But so like very large eyes, just like
Yes.
constantly looking and then like
And very long
vibrating
arms.
around. So Cherie goes and picks up the book, and kind of shakes it out, and there's like a tiny scuff on one corner, where the leather has been like the tiniest bit split. And Cherie looks at it and looks horrified and runs across the lagoon back to the Vesper book repair and hands the book to Storm and goes, "Oh no, I can't imagine that it'll ever be fixed, but it's so broken, I'm so sorry." And Storm just kind of looks at it and just like pinches the bridge of their nose and is like, "Cherie, darling, drink some water, please." And then like sits down with the book and like scuffs out the dent and everything and like takes care of it properly. But like, yeah.
Hydrate. This is your
Yeah,
hydration
everybody
warning.
hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrate.
Oh, Richard, did you not bring a water bottle?
Why would I bring a water bottle?
I put it
to
on
stay
the
hydrated.
invite. I put it on the invite. I said bring water. I'll bring cookies. I brought the cookies.
Got a coffee.
Sure, that
Richard,
works.
Helen's eyes go feral.
Richard, you know not to
don't-
give me the coffee, right?
Richard,
No matter
for the
how
record,
much I ask, don't give me the coffee.
don't even let Helen sniff the coffee.
That might be too much caffeine.
Why?
It
I have an ADHD variant that I don't need to be more hyper than I already am.
yeah, no. There's I know dire consequences sounds dramatic,
Yeah, that might be a bit too dramatic, I hope.
but there is. Do you remember what happened last time you sniffed the last time you sniffed Jane's coffee?
My apartment
There were
hasn't looked the
dire
same since.
Well,
consequences.
it was just so aromatic, and then I had to know if it was possible to make it taste the way it smells. So I'm really sorry about what I did to your kitchen. I know I've apologized before, but I need to apologize again.
My sink used to be white porcelain, not brown.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that much coffee could damage the polish on porcelain. I'm sorry.
I mean, it gives it kind of a chill aesthetic, but you know, next time we need to be better prepared.
What does Richard think of this conversation?
Richard is sort of internally going, what the fuck?
What did I agree to by hanging
So thank
out
you
with
for
these
playing
people?
with the slightly neurodivergent weirdo and her friends. So anyway,
It's fun so far.
cool.
I'm glad you're having fun. Here, have a cookie.
Yay, cookies.
What flavor is this, Harry?
Oh, so these are brown butter chocolate, sea salt chocolate chip cookies. They came out of this great recipe book that Helen got me from the library.
They actually made something normal for once. Wow. Very good.
Trying new things.
Well,
We're all
yeah.
trying
You sure have.
We all try new things. It helps us grow as people and stuff. Helen's awkward as all fuck,
Harry
but you know.
goes a little bit quiet when Richard starts like really ragging on their cooking. But then they kind of like take a sip of water and shake themselves out of it.
So it's not. So what you're saying, Ace, is now is not the time to show you guys what I get when I rolled to see how much I like the cookies.
Oof.
That's what I'm hearing.
No, that's fine. It's just like as long as you don't say anything about it, it should be fine.
Alright.
Okay, Jane eats a cookie.
Or like actually, if Jane doesn't like them, that's probably for the best. It will in fact make Harry feel a little bit better.
These cookies, I don't know, Harry, you just ruined cookies for me by having those amazing cookies that you gave to that person who shall not be named.
The person who shall not be named?
Yeah,
Just a weirdo.
he was a weirdo.
He stole my recipe.
Yeah, but
An
now
X or something?
Kinda. We ran into him at a party and he just was creepy.
the party was pretty cool though.
The party was cool, yeah.
I didn't have very much fun.
We got to dance.
Yeah,
pretty great.
yeah. You much of a dancer, Richard?
Right.
Me and Helen are apparently.
Do
really
the
good one.
Macarena.
Hey, Macarena. Alright.
That is a dance.
So, Butterflies killed my parents. Do I get a revenge quest?
Ooh.
So this again, this kind of TTRPG is not in fact meant for revenge quests. In fact, it is not about the adventure. It is about sitting and chilling with your friends and learning a little bit more about yourself through the guise of pretending to be small woodland creatures and such. Though none of you,
Well, I'm a lion. I'm not a small woodland creature. I'm
But
a
you're
big
in a-
woodland.
and such. But yeah, it's the point is that it's less about a power fantasy and it's more about like a pastoral fantasy of trying to see what life would be like if there were no strings attached.
So, like, for me, if there were no strings attached, I would either A, be reading 24/7. You can't get the book out of my hands. What do you think you're doing? Or B, you know, leading people in small revolutions. Like, hey, your boss is being a jerk. Let's figure out some pro revenge. I love r slashes.
Don't
Have you done r
come
slash?
near my workers.
Huh? Oh,
Don't come near my employees.
no, I wasn't saying your employees. I was just saying, like, have you ever watched r slash? It's Reddit stuff, right? So I love reading those Reddit stories. So I have a kind of fantasy of being involved in one. Though not with meeting a Karen, because, ugh.
What's Reddit?
Oh,
It's
you
really
sweet
old.
summer's child. I look forward to introducing you to Reddit.
Oh,
Wait,
Helen.
is Richard an old guy?
Yeah, Richard's pretty old.
When Helen starts to get that look in her eyes,
You all know that look. You're familiar
Harry
with that
pulls
look.
Harry pulls a small salad out of a cooler that's been sitting next to them this whole time, and they hand it
You
to
came prepared?
I'm gonna use our witchy talk to speak to Helen,
A
and
calming salad.
a calming salad.
I'm gonna say, Helen, in witch talk, or like,
Telepath.
yeah, telepath. Like, okay, Helen, Richard's saying these things about butterflies murdering his whole family and whatnot. This would be a perfect opportunity for in character, our characters, get him to talk about his traumas and then know how to not internalize them because he will actually just be role playing,
Oh.
but it will affect him in real life.
Okay, yeah. I'll follow your lead. Because I have no
That's
idea how to do that.
diabolical.
And also, I'm eating a
That's
calming salad.
psychology. Okay.
Does Richard find it weird that
well,
she has a calming salad? A salad of calming. I do feel calmer.
so
Thank you.
back off of the tangent express as we like to go on.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Uh, Turbo, it's me, Sweet Pea.
Yeah. Hey.
I think I just saw Leo ran away in that direction.
Oh no. Let's go make sure they're
Let's
okay. He's
let's
okay.
go find him.
Dooga 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 dooga.
Or fly, fly, fly,
Flitter
fly.
flitter. Flitter flitter flitter.
Yeah.
And that sound effect.
So, Rich, where did they find Leo?
He's probably moved on from that back area. Doesn't want to get yelled at about the book by spazzy library lady. Probably, I don't know, another hallway in.
Okay. So he's in some place not over by the books.
Sure.
Because he's trying to avoid the library lady. Okay, that makes sense. So Turble and Sweet Pea will find Leo. Like, hey man, are you okay? We saw you storm off. You alright?
Fine.
That's the most not fine, I'm fine I've heard in this week.
I gotta agree, man. That was a little bit. You know, we're here to listen.
Butterflies slew my whole village. They came for the children first.
Oh my god!
It's not how butterflies work.
They descended in the dark of night.
Okay, so these
Wow!
butterflies. Would you?
Is that like the chicken incident?
Wait, what was that?
Is that like the chicken incident? Helen is asking this. You know what the chicken incident is, right?
Are you asking me or
No, I'm
Richard?
asking you two in character. Do you know what the chicken incident is?
What's the chicken incident?
It's this story about a guy who ended up in a mental hospital because they were hiding in the war, and I think it was the Korean War, and this chicken kept making noise, and they were being hunted by the bad guys, the Korean war people. And so this lady had to kill the chicken to keep it quiet. And the guy was wondering why he had PTSD whenever he heard chickens. And then he found out later that it wasn't actually a chicken that the lady had killed, it was a baby. The baby wouldn't stop crying, so she had to kill the baby to save everybody who was hiding from the Viet Cong or whatever, I can't remember what they called it in the Korean War. And so the guy realized that it wasn't a baby, it wasn't a chicken, it was a baby, and that's why he was having this PTSD thing, because his brain couldn't handle baby dying, so replaced it with chicken dying. So is this like a chicken incident? Butterflies killed your entire family? Sure, they're butterflies.
Laying it on a little bit thick, Helen.
No, seriously, that's a great story if you've never seen it. It's a wonderful TV show.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
That is horrifying.
Yeah. Well, the world's full of horrible things.
I made up
Where
this thing as a joke, Helen.
Huh?
I made up the butterfly thing was a joke, Helen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just saying that, that's how it is in the really world. Things are really dark, so we come here to find the light.
Okay. Take your word for it.
Thanks. Sorry. So, Leo's terrified of butterflies.
I guess.
Well, obviously they had some type of reaction to butterflies. They ran out.
Yeah.
Maybe butterflies are, maybe Leo sees butterflies as maybe, different than him, almost like an analogous to like our world where there are certain types of people that are different from each other. But really, it's like one action shouldn't demonize everything.
Yeah.
Like say like somebody were to not accept your romantical advances. I'm just not just speaking totally not because of anything in your life
How
or
do you
anything.
know about this?
Huh?
How do you know about this?
No, about what? I was just saying, like, if somebody maybe not like accept your romantical advances, or maybe somebody didn't give you the correct change at a like at a parking toll or something.
I just got in a fight with my ex 2 weeks ago, and it was just, ugh. Like that.
Yeah. So would you say that that's what Leo's having, with butterflies? Maybe he's kind of generalizing when that's maybe the
I
like
think
I'm
you're
sure
reading
there's
too far into this. Or
Sorry, just trying to give it more
Mm.
depth.
Yeah, because like you want your character to have like a cool backstory, right? So we're adding to it. We're brainstorming.
Yeah. So, okay, like from your character sheet, your character is calculating and experienced. He has a fine silk handkerchief, right? Glasses with many lenses. So maybe like the silk comes from a type of butterfly, right? I'm really stretching there. Sorry.
Caterpillars. So yeah.
Moths have wings and kind of look like butterflies,
And kind of
like that
creepy
so
moth.
because they eat your clothes.
out of character, I think
No, it's silkworms. Silkworms are not caterpillars. Oh god.
out of character, I think Dick is really creeped out by what Jane said because that was a little too on the nose. So he's sort of
About the
considering just
toll?
hide. What?
About the parking toll? That's obviously the only thing weird she could have said.
And the failed romantically, whatever.
Romantical advances.
Hey, we've all had failed romantical advances.
Okay. The moment Jane sees any like creepy outy face, she's like,
Like my ex that we had to fight with 2 weeks ago.
yeah, exactly. I was like thinking about that guy was a real douche
Ugh,
grenade.
such a
I'll
douche.
tell you that. And you know, like who leaves chicken bones around?
It's
I mean, that
creepy. It's just creepy.
yeah, like what the heck?
Weirdo.
So um but sorry, Helen, I didn't mean to air out your business like that.
No, it's all
Yeah,
right.
sorry, Richard, that you kind
I'm
of
the
have
one
to
with the
hear about that.
neurodivergent, meeting a neurodivergent at a camp for neurodivergent kids and then trying to date. That was just like such a great idea. Anyway, thank you for flying tangential air. We don't really need to talk about my trauma.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm sorry that I brought up your stuff. That was
Yeah,
uncool of me to do that.
it's
My
okay.
bad. And sorry, Richard, that you had to hear that. We're friends and we're in a comfortable spot right now. So sometimes we talk, like we're just amongst ourselves.
Yeah, about awkward things. Because honestly,
Yes.
that's pretty awkward.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, so cool backstories. So you want to know something cool about my backstory, Richard?
Sure.
Um. You said sure. Uh,
I have the hiccups.
no. My character received a um seed from one might describe them as a witchy doe. Um,
Ooh.
but this is a seed that she'll never plant. And I think like the reasoning, so like if we want to go like super in depth, just think about a character, like why would she not plant the seed, right? Um, but she doesn't plant it because it's special to her. Is it special to me, Jane Doe? No, because I'm not Sweet Pea. But
Yeah.
this, just us building, the character. But if we're pushing you too hard, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Sorry, I zoned out.
It's okay.
That's fine.
Like,
uh,
technically, in my background, I have a resolute ex-lover with whom I split due to ideological differences. She points to it on her character sheet. Because in real life, I have a semi-psycho ex-lover whom I split with due to ideological differences. I apparently didn't decide to make this character too far from the tree this time.
And this illustrates so you can make it as close or as far away from reality as you want.
Yep.
Because that's the beauty of role playing. And you can pretend you're an animal.
Yeah. Because I think hedgehogs are cool. They're so spiny.
Yes. But back to the story. So,
Yeah.
so Leo, you're okay?
Just making sure you're all right,
Did
dude.
Thank you. I'm doing fine.
Cool. So I found in this book that in the area around here, there used to be a mine, but the mine's gone out of business, and that it flooded, and that might be part of like where the lagoon is, because like the mine got full of water. That's nifty, isn't it?
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So I kind of want to wander around the beach and see if we can. I don't know what they mined. They could have been mining gold. They could have been mining emeralds. I don't
That's a
know.
great idea. We should go
I think that would be fun. So,
I agree.
all right,
to the beach.
to the beach. Harry, you okay?
Oh, I cannot hear them.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Harry?
Face.
I think they're completely frozen on the stream.
Oh no.
Shit.
Harry,
I
you all right?
I can.
I saw the move.
Um,
Harry? I'm checking to see if they're in Discord.
Oh, Harry's typing. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to pause the stream, Rowan?
Yeah, guys, we're gonna have a momentary system break and be right back. And we're back. We just had to threaten the system a little bit.
We definitely did not get distracted.
Nope. Not even a little bit distracted.
Why would we
There's
do
no, don't ask why we're holding 3 swords and a fish.
It's best not to
That's
know.
the trans experience, baby.
Well, I'm not truly trans because I don't have my sword yet. God,
Oh, yeah.
I need to get a
there,
sword.
baby. You'll get there.
The fish is good enough for now, though.
Yeah, a nice
Yeah.
little placeholder.
But you should definitely invest in a sword. It will only make your life better.
Yes.
So how am I going to
very
get through
good for
TSA?
It's amazing how swords will still build your confidence. Like, you don't have to necessarily carry it around all the time. Just,
Cane sword.
Cane
Yeah.
sword. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Cane
just
sword.
or you might just have to buy multiple swords for multiple residences if you really
Yeah.
have to.
One in each place.
Or just mail it between places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does the post office take swords?
Yeah,
if
as long
they're
as they're in
wrapped
like
I
up,
don't see why it wouldn't.
properly contained.
like usually
Nice.
like cooking knives and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just a
Oh,
big cooking
that
knife.
makes sense.
Hmm
So thank you for flying
big
tangent
cooking
into
knife.
air. Trying to bring this plane in for a landing. And it crashes.
Well, that's some turbulence in the shape of sword clouds.
What do you think would be like a nice wrapping up place for Wander Home? Like a good note to end on?
Probably figuring out whatever just happened to Leo, and then we could be good.
Yeah. Just making
Yeah,
sure
well,
that
I mean,
Leo's
speaking
healthy.
out of character, I think Leo was mostly like the butterfly thing was like totally a joke. He didn't expect it to be taken seriously. I do think
Wonder Home, everything is taken seriously.
it's a game about
I think what
emotions.
That's not true. But like a lot of times even the jokes that you make have a lot of like they kind of shine a light on your psyche a little bit about like what sort of person you might be and what sort of things
yeah, but
you might be
I
into.
feel like Leo feels like pretty awkward and defensive being pressed about it. So I think it would be more productive for him, like not to focus on it and maybe like focus more on like a shared act of friendship.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we could do that instead.
Yeah, we could do that instead.
Like read a storybook all together or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Leo and I are
Break
both
bread.
calculating type people.
Drink
right?
some of Basil's fucking lit ass.
Hell yeah, we should do that.
Yes, we should get wasted.
That's what I was going to suggest. Let's go
That
sit by
works.
a campfire and get shoogity drunk.
Mhm.
And, you know, if we would be
Shoogity.
interested and have consent to agree to do it, I mean, Sweet Pea may have been seeing some certain, let's say, fungi variety items around the lagoon. If you know what I mean.
You know what you mean?
Some
Yes,
legal
to be clear.
experimentations.
To be fair,
Hmm
there's no laws in this part of the Heath, so they're not illegal.
It's not even illegal. There we go. Bam. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Sort of
And-
like here in
and
Oregon. That's the reason
what
why
about
people come here, right?
Basil and Terry makes you think they wouldn't be doing magic mushrooms on the reg.
This is correct.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
this
they
is on
they
brand.
strike me as the light 'em if you got 'em kind of guys.
They're just vibing, man. They're
Yeah,
just vibing.
they're just vibing. So hey, you talked to Basil and he showed you where all of his favorite plants were, right, Sweet Pea?
Yeah.
So he
Oh
was
yeah, no. The
bound to
magic
show you where the
mushrooms
magic
are
mushrooms were.
No, you're gonna have to talk to Basil about those. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Damn.
Okay.
But you already have an inn.
Yeah, and also we want to ask about the booze too. So,
Yeah.
have just a little friendly camaraderie around the campfire.
Like the reason why Dev hangs out here is because every night they have like a chill beach party sort of thing. Like those like chill beach parties that happen when you're in college and it's just like you and all your buddies sit around a campfire doing drugs and shit. I'm
No.
drinking.
This
I
has
live in
not
Oregon.
happened
I
to
have
me,
no
but
idea
okay.
what you're talking about.
Wait, that stops after college?
Um, it doesn't.
Okay, I was about to say I didn't get the memo.
No, after college you can just afford better stuff.
Oh yeah, no,
Mhm.
1,000,000%. But yeah, so then, yeah, so they have those fairly regularly. It's the only thing that can get Cherie to chill out. Um,
The little Tamarin stoned out of her mind.
yeah, she just gets stoned out of her mind, and then she sits down and she looks at the stars and she's like. So yeah, that's the only time in her entire life that Cherie is like chilled out is when she's on fucking shrooms.
All right. So do we need to,
Yeah.
in character, get ourselves a hand on this?
Not really. We can just jump to it
All right.
if y'all want.
You
We
good with
could
that,
talk it
Leo?
through.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right.
So yeah, cool. Later that night, um, they all light a campfire. There's a circle uh on the beach over on the other side from the library because
Mhm.
Cherie, even if she's more chill when she's on shrooms, still would not want fire anywhere near her library books. Um, and of course she has locked up all of the books for the night and then has like the double everything is like super locked down because she's a little bit particular about the way that her books are kept.
Really? We had no idea.
Hey, it's the only way to keep it so that library books have any amount of longevity by the seaside.
This is true.
So yeah. Um yeah, so then, Terry will just like invite y'all over. Or Basil, I guess, because you didn't really vibe with Terry. um but yeah. Yeah, so either Basil or Storm would probably invite you and be like, hey, every night, chill out by the fire, tell some stories. If y'all have any stories to tell, you'd be more than welcome.
You know I do. Turbo's
I'm
got
sure.
to, because that's one of his things. You can always tell a story.
Yeah.
Of revolutions past, those you were there for, stories you've heard, or a story you claim you were there for. So Turbo is going to tell a story that they weren't there for it, but they know of the time that the local group, let's see, trying to think of a good story of a revolution in the past. The only one I can think of is of revolutions that didn't work, and that's probably not appropriate at this time. Yeah, okay. These people
Like, it's
didn't.
okay to talk about in the form of stories. It's okay to talk about revolutions long past. Um, it's just not something that like people don't want this to happen again.
Yeah.
So it has to be like it's not tales of glory. It'll be tales of like, yeah, no, this is the shit that happened, and like this is why we don't want to do it anymore.
All right.
Stuff
So
like that,
Turbo
as
is
opposed to
going.
the other way around.
Okay. Does everyone here know the story of Les Mis?
Yeah.
It's a story about a French student uprising. They were trying to start a revolution and it failed miserably, right? But the point of the story is not the failed revolution. That's just the setting. The point of it is that saving what you love is more important than destroying what you hate, right?
Yeah.
So in this story, this guy's adopted daughter falls in love with this kid who's in the revolution, and the kid's trying to fight for, fighting for what he hates, like fighting against what he hates, and he almost dies for it, and this girl's dad goes and saves him and like gets him out of the war area through the sewer pipes and everything, because it was more important to save what his daughter loved than to fight back against the repressive thing that had been repressing them for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell that story because it's going to take for freaking ever, and I'm also not on shrooms. But Turble would do a fabulous job of spinning this tale of how those things are important and about the spark of good in everyone, even that one asshole. Because there's always that one asshole in a story, but there's
Yep.
got to be a spark of good in everybody.
Yep.
Those are two things on my pick list, so I figured that would be important to thread in there.
Coolio.
Is Shuri around?
Yeah, Shuri would be hanging out.
Leo's gonna sit next to her and just stay quiet for a while. And look up at the stars with her. But eventually he asks her, you seem pretty anxious, huh?
I'm not anxious. It's more, there's so many things that are going on all the time, and I just want to see it all, and I want to be around for it all. But the stories of the past are important too, and so I need to protect them and make sure that they're around for future generations. And it's hard to strike a balance. And I know I'm not good at it. Storm is always getting on me to drink more water and take better care of myself, but the thing that I'm doing is worthwhile. The thing that I'm doing matters.
I think you're right.
God, those stars are pretty.
But hey, I know it feels like there's a lot happening always, and everything can like feel wildly out of control, and sometimes when that happens to me, it just helps to. And he just sort of shows her this breathing technique that he uses. And he's gonna spend a token to give her a chance to change.
Aw, that's really sweet.
That is sweet. Cool.
Yeah, I think it does really like affect her that this person who like not only that he would like apologize for dropping one of her books, but also that like wait, he did
He
that,
didn't
right?
apologize.
He didn't. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Yikes.
This guy who she originally had negative feelings of because he dropped
Yeah.
a book.
Yeah, but like this person that seemed not to care about the thing that she cared about does care about something else and just cares about like enough about her to sit with her and like want to help. And like I think it does help her even out a little bit. Like she's still like
Yeah, she's not gonna
all over the place,
completely.
and she's still like she's still like gonna be excited about the things that she's excited about, and she's still gonna be like running around and paying attention to the things that she wants to pay attention to. But it takes a little bit of like the edge off of living like that she can sit and chill every once in a while. So yeah, my popsicles dripping everywhere. This is a problem.
That's how popsicles be.
Consume it quickly. Quickly! What
Shove it
about
all
you,
in
Sweet
your
Pea?
mouth.
My goodness.
I applaud your bravery.
It's so cold.
All those
Yeah.
warm popsicles.
Okay, I had a warm popsicle earlier. It was just a bag of juice, but still.
Sweet pea, how do you spend the evening while we're tripping balls?
Sweet Pea is tripping the most balls, obviously. Um,
Hello.
and you know, what was it?
You okay?
Um,
Did you aspirate some of your bag of juice?
Tripping the most balls?
yes, obviously.
Obviously.
Um,
Wild.
so forgive me if I totally forget the exposition describing where we are, but I'm imagining us by a campfire.
Yes.
Yeah, we
That's-
are.
Okay.
Of course.
So just like kind of in the middle of everyone, Poopy's also laying down on the ground, just looking at like the sky. And for funsies, she's going to comment on the changing of the weather in the season. So she's like, "Oh, you feel that breeze? Is it getting colder or hotter? Do we think going to
I
winter
think
or is it going to?"
probably, it's like that part of spring where the nights are still kind of chilly, but they're starting to get warmer.
So she just puts her arm up, and like the breeze goes through her feathers, going phew 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 phew. And she's like, "Oh yeah, look at that air, getting warmer." Um, she's chilling. She doesn't really need anybody to talk to her or to like acknowledge if she says anything. She's literally just chilling.
She is, in
She's
fact,
doing an
vibing.
excellent job of existing.
Yeah, just feeling the warmer breeze go through her feathers.
And it's actually
Yeah, man.
like yeah, it is the warm breeze, but also like every so often, it's just like Dev flying through her feathers, being like, "Whoa, this is so cool."
I I feel like Sweet Pea wasn't really like part of the conversation between Dev and Leo. So she's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. But yeah, man.
Hi, I'm Dev.
I'm Sweet Pea.
Are you having a
Stuck
conversation
out
with
of her
someone's shirt?
fucking
'Cause tripping the
Incredible.
most balls.
Just absolute fucking balls. Wait,
That's what Sweet Pea.
fucking tripping
She's
balls.
literally on the floor, and it looks like she's talking to herself and just moving around like this.
She is in fact vibing.
Yes,
Yes.
very much so.
I've been.
Vibin'.
Vibing.
Feeling the vibe. Alright.
Oh,
So
All right.
wait, did Helen? Yes.
Helen,
Helen told the
Turble
story.
told their story.
I told my story.
Leo did the
Leo
breeze.
had a nice heart to heart with Sherry, and Sweet Pea's vibing.
Yep.
Is
Yep.
this a good place for the camera to pull out, like an overhead view rising
Yeah,
into the sky?
I think this is about where the session
Helen
will
has
end.
something she wants to give to Richard. So while we're packing up and getting ready to go and like, hey, nice game, see you next time, Helen's gonna go up to Richard and go like, hey, so I don't know how to people well, so I'm sorry if that was awkward. But I saw this book and I thought you might be interested in it. Okay, bye. And she gives him a copy of Born Rich by Bob Proctor. He's one of the guys from the movie The Secret. And the book is about how to become a millionaire by serving others and by bringing joy to the world and happiness to the world. How by increasing other people's their general vibration that you can become a millionaire, which he did many times over. So Anyway,
Thanks. I'll read it, I guess.
okay, take care. And
Bye.
Harry is like was like sitting back waiting, and it was like kind of obvious that they were waiting to talk to Richard and like ask what he thought about the game and stuff, because like as soon as Helen is done, they instantly pop up and they're like, "So Richard, what do you think?"
Good game. Thank you.
I'm so glad you came. It was really fun playing with you.
Thanks.
Good game. And with that, I think the camera can just like pan out.
Oh,
Or-
okay. Well, I'll give my last two cents as well then. At that cute fist bump, Jane's like, "Okay, man, like check in the shop every now and then. We always got one shots and shit running. If you like this, there's other types of like genres and stuff too, and
yeah,
you
they
could
do a
try those out."
space opera on like Saturdays.
Oh, huh. I love Star Wars. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
They literally have games like that are Star Wars, that are actually Star Wars.
Like
Yeah, they're up
branded.
to like 16th edition now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
And they sell
well,
fake like lightsabers here. Not the real ones
They
because
sell lightsabers.
Yeah. It's
the
like a-
ones that's just like a. It's like a. It's not a real one.
the brand is Saber Forge because the real ones, you have to buy from Disney and they cost like $300 friggin'. But the Saber Forge brand ones aren't bad and they have like a sound chip in them, so they make the whoosh noises.
Wow. I think I'll have to
Yeah.
get one.
They're cool.
There's also Legos here too, and then I'm sure that I remember, we have a pretty decently stocked Star Wars section of Legos.
If you ever want tips on making costumes, I'm always making something.
That's
Thanks,
true.
Jerry.
All right.
Right.
Well, bye guys.
Goodbye.
Catch you
Good
later.
night.
Lovely hanging with you.
And scene. Yay, good section. Yeah, good session, y'all. And
The awkwardness
Thanks
was as
to-
awkward as awkward.
the two other people still watching for tuning in. All right. Good night, y'all. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say adios.
Oh, are we ending the stream right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
are
thought we were gonna do
Because
Oh, what are we gonna do?
like downtime or something, but I don't see
I asked you about this earlier, and I thought we were gonna skip it.
Oh, that's right, we
Yeah.
were. Okay. So that was a lovely stream. Thank
yes,
y'all.
a stream within a stream. We got the
Ooh.
tabletop RPG section. Oh yeah, fresh. Oops, hit my door.
Bye everyone.
Bye.